soul. Hey, mercy, take your toll. Wait till it's all died.
There is a centuries-old tradition in many Catholic countries of creating a representational image of Judas Iscariot. In the biblical story, Judas Iscariot is the friend, follower, and then the betrayer of Jesus Christ. He sold his friend out to the Romans and the religious authorities for something as mundane as cash. Originally, these representations of Judas were simply crude, human-like figures which were created only to be publicly destroyed in some manner on Holy Saturday, which is the day that immediately precedes Easter. The figure symbolically represents betrayal, corruption, and evil on all levels. The image might be hung by the neck, shot, set on fire, or, quite popularly, exploded. These figures are sometimes filled with candies and seasonal fruits, representing how you can only get to the sweetness in life when you overcome that which is evil and corrupt. When the Spanish invaded, subjugated, and very nearly decimated Mexico beginning in the early 1500s, many Catholic and Spanish traditions were introduced, including La Quema de Judas, which translates to the destruction of the image of Judas. The art of paper mache was also brought to Mexico by the Spaniards, and Mexican craftspeople have taken it to a high level of art. Mexican paper mache artists create figures for Day of the Dead. They create giant mojigangas, which are huge puppets used in wedding celebrations in Mexico. They create piñatas for the Christmas season, and of course, effigies of various kinds of betrayers, liars, deceivers, and all kinds of Judases for the Easter holidays. In most cities, Judas is destroyed on Holy Saturday, which is the day before Easter. But in San Miguel de Allende, where I live, various Judases loaded with fireworks and hung in the town square are exploded in dramatic fashion at high noon on Easter Sunday. The various Judas effigies are filled with treats and candies that shower upon the crowd when it explodes. Though I'm learning about Mexican culture, I still don't know a whole lot, and I certainly don't pretend to know all the figures that are represented here. I did spot Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto. He's the current president. He is not a popular guy here in Mexico. As a matter of fact, his approval rating dropped to as low as 11% during his term. You probably see someone who is familiar. There's a blue-suited figure hanging on the left-hand side. That's Donald Trump. You can see that he's holding a sign that says "No al muro," which means no to the wall. When the wind blew, interestingly enough, the flip side of the sign said "No to parking meters." And while I'm pretty sure he's public enemy number one down here, I don't think he's responsible for our parking situation, but you never know. So Trump has been a Judas figure and thus subject to explosions since 2016. That's when his campaign rhetoric against Mexico took off. He's been blown up in San Miguel, Easter of 2017, and then again this year. As a matter of fact, it was so satisfying to blow him up that they did two Donald Trumps and blew him up twice this year.
Trump, 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 Trump.
When all is said and done and you've blown up everything that can be exploded, you might be tempted to think the fun is over, but it's not. As with any betrayal, any evil, tragedy, or trauma, whether it's real or representative, you still have to pick up the pieces in the aftermath.
There's no hope for compromise. politician's soul. Hey, mercy, take your toll. Wait till it's all dies. Count to 74.